There are only two possible reasons why you're in debt and have no savings. The first reason is you have no budget and spend your money recklessly. The second reason is you don't make enough money. Both can be solved, but today we will be focusing on creating a budget that will put you back in control of your money. Now, I know most people have heard about budgeting, but almost no one has ever been taught how to make a budget. In fact, 1 in 3 Americans have no budget at all. Half live paycheck to paycheck, and the average person will earn over $1 million in their lifetime and retire with almost nothing to show for it. This is not a money problem. This is a planning problem, and that we can solve. So let's solve it. Additionally, at the end of the video, I will show you all my monthly budget and how I budget to save 40% of my income. Before we talk about how to build a budget, let's talk about why it matters. Because most people think a budget requires cutting out coffees or sweet treats here and there. It isn't. It's about awareness and the intention behind where your money goes, which creates the difference between it growing and disappearing. Here's what happens without a budget. You earn money, you pay bills, you spend on things you want, and at the end of the month, you check your bank account and wonder where it all went. That cycle repeats every month for years, maybe even decades. And because nothing catastrophic ever happens, it feels okay. But in reality, it isn't. You have missed out on time, and time is the multiplier that you need to build a healthy savings account that'll carry you into retirement as a wealthy person. The national personal savings rate right now is 4.4%. That means for every $100 that comes in, the average American saves $4.4 and spends the other 95.6. On the other hand, the people who build real wealth save 15 to 20%, sometimes even more. That gap between 4% and 20% is not an income gap, it's a behavior gap. And the secret tool that closes that gap is a budget. To drive home the point, here are some of the benefits of maintaining a healthy budget. First, it helps reduce financial anxiety. When you know exactly what is coming in, what is going out, and what is left over, the low-level panic of, I think I have enough, but I'm not sure, goes away. With a budget, you are telling your money where to go before it even hits your account. Therefore, there's nothing to stress about. Second, it makes your goals more attainable. If you are wanting to save for a house, pay off student loan debt, or invest in your retirement, a budget is the golden ticket to ensuring that it happens. Your budget makes sure your spending aligns with your goals to keep you on track. Without a clearly defined budget, you will be flying blindly towards your goals. Third, it gives you permission to spend. When your needs are covered and your savings are funded, everything left in the wants category is yours to enjoy without guilt. A budget does not say you cannot spend money. It says here's exactly how much you can spend on these specific things. Go enjoy it. Now that I've hyped up budgeting, let's actually get into how to make one. So there are hundreds of ways to budget. There's no right or wrong way to do it, as long as you are achieving your financial goals. With that being said, I'm going to offer you the one budget that I think is the most simple and easy to use. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. There are only 3 categories to track: needs, wants, and investments. Each category has a percentage that is attributed to it. This percentage correlates to the amount of your take-home pay, meaning after taxes. Let's break it down. Let's first dive into the 50% category. This is all about your needs. Half of your take-home income goes towards the things you genuinely cannot live without, like rent or mortgage payments, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, the minimum payment on any debt. These are all non-negotiable expenses, the ones that can be detrimental to your life if not paid. To calculate this, use your monthly take-home pay and multiply it by 0.5. The value returned is what you will have to spend for the month. Next, 30% of your income goes towards everything that makes life enjoyable, but that you could survive without. Eating out, streaming services, the gym, entertainment, travel, hobbies. This is not the irresponsible category. This is the living your life category. The goal is to enjoy it fully without going overboard and putting yourself into debt. Focus on staying within budget for this category because it can be the hardest to manage. Just remember, keeping up with the Joneses doesn't create wealth. Now, to calculate this amount, take your monthly take-home pay and multiply it by 0.3, and you will have your recommended spend on wants. Lastly, 20% goes towards your future. This would be stuff like an emergency fund, retirement contributions, savings goals, and any extra payments on debt beyond the minimums. This bucket is the one that is the most important and will change your life over time. I fully believe you should feed this category first. That means before the bills, before the fund, before anything. The savings transfer happens automatically. That single habit specifically is the most consistent behavior found in every millionaire study ever conducted. I do want to mention that if you are just starting out, ensure you have a sizable emergency fund and you have proven that you can stick to your budget before setting this up. You don't want to pay yourself first and then get into a bind due to a $500 emergency. Before we get into my budget, I want to mention that the 50-30-20 rule is a framework, a starting point. It may not work for you or your situation. If you live in an expensive city and your rent alone is 40% of your income, the math does not work as perfectly, and that is okay. The principle still holds. Feed the savings bucket first, cut out any wants before you trim your savings, and adjust the percentage split to fit your reality. A 60-20-20 or even 65-15-20 split is a legitimate rework. The percentages are flexible. The discipline of giving every dollar a job is not. Okay, so we are going to hop into my 50-30-20 budget. Since I don't know how to give y'all access to this, I will just put down in the description the prompt that I gave Claude to create this. That way you can create it at home and then tweak it the way you want to. What we're gonna do is first put in our monthly take-home pay. For me, that is roughly $6,000, and that can change up and down. But as you can see with this spreadsheet, once I put in my total monthly, it's gonna go ahead and tell me what category gets how much. So my needs will get $3,000, my wants $1,800, and investments will get $1,200. Now, this is broken down. We got needs first. A majority of what I pay for is in my needs category. So I have already written down everything, so I will go ahead and plug it in, filled out everything. This is accurate to my current budget. Now, I don't use the 50-30-20. I am showing y'all an example of how simple this is, and it's a great starting point. But you can review this. You can pause it if you'd like. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I put my rent, water, electric, gas. This is all of my primary expenses. And I had $3,000, which was 50% allocated towards my needs. And as we can see that I actually spend $3,275. So I am over in that category, but it is okay because you can adjust it to fit your life, as I said earlier. So I actually make up a lot of that with the wants category because I don't really want much. So for dining out, I spend about $150 a month. For coffee and drinks, I budget and spend about $50. No streaming services, games, about $30. No music, travel. For shopping, I allocate about $100, but that's more just for safety, just in case. Gym, no membership there. We're gonna go down to alcohol. I do drink once a week, and I allocate $100 for that. And then after that, no ride sharing. I live out in the middle of nowhere. We don't have it anyways. And then cable, satellite, entertainment. So the wants category had, I think it was what, $1,200, $1,800 allocated for that. But there's really not many wants that I have. So I end up with $430 a month in wants. I can up that number if I wanted to, but I'm actually perfectly happy with where it's at there. Now, for the last part, 20% is investments. I go a little over on this because I'm under on my wants. Right now, I'm in a weird spot, saving for a new house and really not contributing to a retirement fund, but I'm putting into a high interest savings account $2,200 a month, hoping that within the next year, we will have a sizable down payment on a new property. As you can see here, there's plenty of other things and there's stuff you can add. So here at the bottom of the spreadsheet, it'll tell you what was allocated and what was actually spent. When you're doing this throughout the month, you're gonna have to come in and type in your actual spend. And here at the bottom, it'll add it up and it'll compare it to what was allocated and tell you if you're under or over. Now, I haven't filled out the actual except for the end, just to show that I'm spending more than I have allocated for investments. And that's my goal. So again, if you want to create your own spreadsheet with my Claude prompt, it is in the description. So that is everything you should have been taught in high school about budgets. To review, a budget is a plan for your money. Without one, your money doesn't know what to do. It just passes through your accounts, adding no value. The 50-30-20 rule gives you the simplest framework to start. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for your future. Remember, savings first and make sure to automate it. The less friction, the better. This should happen before anything else gets paid. And once that plan is in place, every extra dollar goes towards eliminating the debt that is quietly taxing everything you earn. Budgets are not complicated. They were just never taught. Sticking to a budget and creating new habits is the hard part. This requires you to make an intentional decision to improve your life now. Drop a comment with where you are starting this journey. Is it your first budget? Are you paying off debt? Have you been budgeting already? Let me know. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more financial education videos, and I will catch you in the next one.